I've had an idea. I've had something I want to try here. I've not done this before. I've seen other people do this before in their builds. Howdy, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to the Minecraft 2025 Let's Play Adventure Extravaganza, where today we are finishing up the second month of the year. How exciting is that? February is about to be behind us. March is going to be upon us. Spring is in the air. Everywhere you look around, flowers sprouting up out of the ground. Unless you live further north in the northern hemisphere, in which case you're probably still under a bunch of ice and snow. I feel for you. I'm slightly envious. It's already hot in Texas. It'll get cold a couple more times. It usually does. One time, it snowed in Easter. Wild. One time in my life it did that. Hopefully, maybe again. I love snow. I love cold weather. We're here in the Yates Estates to wrap things up for the day because I was over here. Maybe you watched the post-credit scene in the previous episode. Hopefully you did. There are no... Well, I guess there is... Yeah, no, there are credits. So it was a post-credit scene. How fun was that? But our lay returned to us. I wish I had that on camera. It was so funny. I was standing here, yeeting my trident at creepers, and all of a sudden I hear... And I said, no. And I turned, and I'll be darned if he wasn't descending on me from the air. I was like, my buddy! Is that a pigman? A little pig fellow? How did you get over here? So I don't have any of my... I went back home and I unloaded everything, and then I came back over here for the start of the episode. But we did get close to a stack. What? How did you get here? We got close to a stack, not quite, of gunpowder, and I'll show you how we managed that here in a second. But first off, the only portal in this area is over there. And I don't think these guys swim, so he would have had to run through town to get over here. Is that what happened? Where else would he have come from? This is very peculiar. This is very strange and confusing, and I don't know how to feel about it, but we're going to worry about that later. So the reason I was able to get so much of the gunpowder is because both of our swords now have looting 3. And if you're wondering how we did that, this was a goal that I had. Okay? We had the goal wall, the wall of goals that we went through this month. But I also had some secret, not really secret goals, but things in my heart that I wanted to do. And one of those was I wanted to get a villager that I could get a constant supply of looting from, which I have done. I also went ahead and got this guy here with lure 3. The last thing we need now is I don't remember. There was one other villager that I wanted. Now, I haven't brought them back home with me because we don't really have room for 2 more villagers, but I thought I would go ahead and show you that's what I did. You know, between yesterday and today, I came over here, I locked those 2 in that room, and I was like, I'm gonna go until we get looting 3 at a decent price. And we did. And I'm sure once we get them home, with that low starting price, once we get them home, we ought to be able to get that down to 1 emerald each on both of those, which will be fantastic, you know, after we sort of subject them to a night of terrors of being, you know, a zombified and whatnot. Oh! I added slabs to the top of the portal, so we ought not get things spawning up there anymore. So we shouldn't ever come in this room and find zombie pigmen again, or any other type of pigmen for that matter, which should be nice. I am wondering now if maybe I was wrong, and they don't spawn near the portal, but they do actually come through the portal, but then that would require that the game simulate the nether when you're not there, which I just don't think it's doing. I don't think that's happening, but maybe it takes into consideration the location of the portal. I don't know. Does not matter. How are we doing here? I'm continuing to use lava to cook up food, and I've continued to breed animals and get more food, so that's looking great. We're still chewing through copper. Lots of copper. Almost finished with copper. Look at this. Pretty soon, we're going to be getting things like iron and gold, and it's going to be wonderful. Now, you might be wondering what the plan is for today. How are we going to wrap up the final day of this glorious month? And the answer is simple. We're going to be doing some landscaping. We got to cover all of this up, get it tucked away, get this looking good, and we're going to fell every tree on this island that isn't a cherry blossom. And in fact, we're probably going to cut down this cherry blossom, or I don't know, this one's kind of iconic at this point. Gosh, at some point, I'm going to stop doing it. Well, today we're going to stop doing it because we're filling the hole in. This kind of weird pistol shape looks like the pistol. Actually, that looks like a 4. Looks like we're counting something down here. Or it could be like that's where you put your finger. Boom, boom, boom. Looks like Han Solo's pistol. Yeah, we can't cut that tree down now. I've got that thought in my head. It's got to stay. We'll fly back across the sea and collect some new cherry trees. It'll be fine. I want to also see if I can pick up some of the cherry things on the ground. Hey, buddy. have a fish. That was all of my fish. Give me some... I mean, maybe I'm overfish. Maybe we want to have some steak for a while. I like steak, or even some mutton, if we feel so inclined. Some lamb chop. Any millennials out there? You remember lamb chop? I think, as a millennial myself, we might be a little on the young side to remember lamb chop. I feel like lamb chop barely existed when I was an infant, and then kind of faded out of existence. That's probably more so like a Gen X sort of a thing. Heck, I had to question whether or not lamb chop was real for the longest time, because I was like, did I imagine such a show as lamb chop? Was that ever real? I ended up Googling it one time. Turns out Lamb Chop was on an episode of The Nanny, another show that I didn't really watch growing up, because I was definitely... I think that show probably started before I was born. I'd have to double check it, and I'm not going to. I don't care that much. I'm not that invested. But The Nanny came on reruns when I was in sort of like junior high school, constantly. So I've seen quite a bit of The Nanny. Great show, man. Great show. Fran, right? Funny stuff. She's got that voice. You know, it's very funny. Some of you might be wondering about what our plans are for the month ahead. What are we going to be doing in March? Well, I don't really want to spoil anything. I kind of want to save all of that for the big reveal. But if you're super curious and you really want to know, we're going to be building a giant creeper egg. That's goal number 1. Now, I'm pretty sure, and I might be misremembering how Minecraft works, but I think eventually these grass blocks will go away. If you stack dirt on top of them, the grass will, like, die or something. If not, we'll come back... Yep, there it goes. Okay, good. Because I was going to say, otherwise we'll have to come back here and manually do that. Now, what I'd like to do is kind of smooth this out and have no points where it's a double stack of dirt, because that doesn't look really good. So this right here I don't really like. Like, that's triple high. That's way too high. But at the same time, I'm not going to worry about it too much at the moment. We'll kind of address the situation as it arises. Well, no, we won't, because it has arisen, and we're not addressing it right now. So I take back what I just said. The exact opposite is true. We will finish covering all of the basement, and then in one fell swoop, we'll come back here and we'll deal with all of this. So these guys can go now. We don't need any more of them. They were a nuisance anyway. This is probably the worst plant. This tree is... I mean, I love the way that it looks, but in terms of having to deal with it, I absolutely abhor it. It is obnoxious. It grows in funky ways. I wish it was just a normal tree. It's not. It's probably not worth it, honestly. I would never build an entire house out of this wood. Use it as an accent piece, sure, but even now, like, if I'd known what I was getting into when I first decided that we would use this wood... I don't know if I would do it. If you're wondering where the allay is, by the way, I realize I haven't mentioned this, but the allay is inside the house again. I brought it inside and got it stuck in a boat upstairs, so I wouldn't misplace it once again. We have the ability now to breed the allay, which I would like to do. I would like to breed the allay soon. And that way we don't have to worry about running out of allays. We can keep the one allay, you know, the original recipe allay inside the house, and never worry about losing it, and we can have the duplicates fly around with us if we wanted to. I'm wondering if a solid wall of dirt is going to look funny, and if we ought not have done most of this wall with stone, and maybe in the future, or maybe even in like 20 minutes, that's something we reconsider. We go back out to sea, and we look up here, and we realize, oh boy, that looks silly, and we sort of change it, but we don't know yet. We don't know, and we're not going to rush into any sort of decisions. Nope, that's got to be there. See, I brought some cobblestone, because dirt is slightly more rare than cobblestone. Like, dirt covers the surface of the world, but cobblestone has the potential to make up the whole of the earth underneath it. I know it's all actually stone, but you know what I'm trying to say here. If we ever need a bunch of stone, we have Silk Touch, and we have a couple of diamond picks. We could just make a diamond Silk Touch pick. We need to anyway, because I'm pretty sure you use a pick to collect ice. And then we could just go underground and collect stone. We don't have to cook it up anymore. We don't have to waste fuel and cook up cobblestone and all the time that takes and all of the sort of investment in monitoring that. We could just do that. Here we are. So that's everything covered up again, I believe, probably from all sides. It might look obvious, though, is my only concern, which is why I'm thinking we'll probably have to sort of elevate the rest of the island to sort of maintain the sort of hill-like shape. Get out of here. But also, something we may consider is that trees can help mask the shape of the land. And if we set up trees in sort of just the right places, then from a distance, they can kind of, like, you see how solid that is. Imagine if there was a bunch of cherry trees here. just blocking out that side. What also we can do, though, is we can take this sort of natural shape and just shift it that way more and have it be a bit more continuous. So with the trees gone and some cobblestone down, you can start to see how when I cover this with dirt, it's going to look a lot better. It's starting to look more normal. Yeah, okay. And it's not perfectly uniform, which I think is important, you know. There's the edge of the island. Oh, hi there, you. I feel like this corner is a little too sharp. I think we need to bring this down a little bit. Much better. Much better. Meanwhile, this side is looking okay. I'm gonna say that's all right. It's about, Do we have another traitor? And I don't mean someone who has betrayed us to the enemy. I mean, is there someone here who wants to exchange goods and services? Well, mostly goods, no services. I hear them. I don't see them. Oh, there you are. Oh, wait, are you the same one who's been here? Dude, you've been here for a while. Yeah, you're the one with expensive blue ice and pink tulips. Or are you new? There was a guy with I don't remember him having tulips. Then again, he doesn't have llamas, so he must be the guy from earlier. He's just stuck here now, bless him. Okay, time to cut down the remainder of the acacia trees. My former favorite trees in the game. I still like acacia wood, and I like acacia trees, and I think we'll probably be using them in another little project that I'm hoping to get finished in March. I'm done with melons. I've got so many melons. They're a trash food. I'm finished with them. We can replant later if we need to, but they worked great as an early game food source, but we've got so much renewable meat product at the moment that we don't need to be eating melons anymore. It's unnecessary. It's not going to help us. We also need to relocate netherwort, because it's just sort of in the way over here. I just planted it here because that's where the... Gosh darn... Hold on, let me get rid of this. It's where the melons were, which is the only reason that I did that. It'd probably be faster to just break this dirt and put it back down, but I'll be darned. I've started this process. I'm seeing it through. I'm not going to stop now. Huh? Alright, this one's taking too long. Ugh. So now we need to rebuild our path. And we are not going to put the path right against the house. That's where flowers go now in the future. Go path down here. There we go. This path is eventually going to be taken down anyway because we're relocating all of this in the near future. Or, well, the future. Whether or not that future is near is going to depend on how long other things take. Please don't walk on the netherwort, sir. Now we got to see how all of this looks from the sea. Yeah, you know, that's a bit of a solid drop-off there. And it do look a little silly. Maybe we can just sort of bring some of that over a little bit. I'm sorry, are we doing this? Are we doing this right now? Where even are you? I'm ready to do this right now if you are. Let's use the looting sword. Will that make it more likely that it will... There it is. Okay, hold on. It's coming from over here. Oh gosh, hold on. Let me fix that. There we go. I did update, by the way, Distant Horizons. If we kill him with the looting sword, is he more likely to drop the spear? Did he drop the spear? He didn't drop the spear. Hooray! It's also not a spear, it's a trident, I know that. But was that because of the sword? It seems unlikely. Cool, well we got a second one, so we don't have to be as nervous about losing it. Also, I'm gonna leave these vines here. It's convenient for getting back up. You're just trying to be a nuisance, aren't you? You're following me along while I'm trying to work on my island, you're making all this noise. You ever consider just not? Yeah, have you ever thought about that? Okay, that looks a little bit better. We're getting there. We're definitely making something happen. I think we will wait a while for the grass to grow in and see how we feel about it. But as of right now, I think this is okay. I think maybe a little bit more, but for right now, I'm happy to leave it as it is. I appreciate how quick we can move underwater now, and how easy it is to dispatch of these guys with the sword that's like fine-tuned for the process, that also doesn't send them flying backwards. Oh, look at us go. We still need to get more Nautilus shells. We don't have nearly enough of those, so swimming around down here, we stay underwater longer because of our helmet, move faster because of our boots. It makes hunting them a lot easier. We still need to clear out everything in that crevice down there and create some sort of underwater bunker. Sponges would be good for that, because sponges can be used to soak up water and leave air behind magically. Aren't you guys spawning with the Nautilus shells as frequently as you once were? I do want to remind everyone, whenever I dive under and you still see Distant Horizons, the version of Distant Horizons I am using is not release. It is still a nightly build. It's an updated nightly build, but it is still a nightly build, so don't judge the mod based on that, because there is a reason it has not been, you know, has not received a broad release. I'm willing to live with a few bugs here and there just because I think it's a phenomenal mod, and I like being able to see the distant terrain. And for me, it's worth it to just remember to look down when I dive. Like, that's not an issue for me, and I don't mind it, but it is just something to keep in mind. Who knows, by the time this video comes out, it might have a full release for 1.4. I have no idea what their timeline is. I'm not involved in development. Don't bother me. I don't... Don't bother them either. Leave them alone, all right? It'll be finished when it's finished. That's what I'm looking for. That right there. Now, because it's an object he's holding in his hand, I don't think looting is going to have an effect on it. It's not like he's going to drop 2 of them, unfortunately. Which is sort of frustrating, and probably the reason they did it like that, where it's like, you'll get it because he's holding it, but it's not something you just get from their inventory, which is upsetting. Also, my inventory is filling up fast. Oh my gosh, but there's another one! What are the odds? No, really, statistically, comment down below, what are the odds? And that one over there's got a trident! Again, I ask, what are the odds? And once more, please actually tell me, what are the odds? So these don't stack. Oh, no, yeah, they do. I forgot I put one in a bag. All right, hold on. Dun, 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 dun. This has nothing to do with our current objective. Nothing at all to do with our current objective. Oh, I didn't drop it. Gosh, there's a bunch of them down here now for some reason. There's an awful lot of them. None of them with anything useful. No shells. No tridents. Nothing useful. Just a bunch of rotten flesh, and it looks like copper. It's a drowned baby. Alright, well, none of that had anything to do with what we were working towards, which was working on the island. Although it did allow time for grass to grow, and yeah, that looks good. You know what we could do is not on the first basement, or the second basement, but on the third basement, which might be level with the ground out here, or the ground out here could be made level with it. We could have a little door that comes out. That would be cool. Or heck, it could be second basement. I don't know why it wouldn't be. What would be the actual reason why it couldn't be second basement? Because if we go to basement 1, we got to come up with names for these things. Fortress Vassalgen needs a proper naming scheme. Basement 1, subfloor 1, where we have storage, right? Subfloor 2, right now, just has a place where we grow glow lichen, which really only looks cool if you got your shaders on. And then this operation, which we've now caught it live a couple of times. That's pretty cool. I drained it between episodes to make a bunch of books. That's why it's empty. But we could extend this out further now. We need to check the exact height that we're at. But I'm thinking, you know, floor 3 is really the only one that's got nothing going on. Basement 3, or subfloor 3. And then subfloor 4 is just sea level. It's the cave. It's the portal. This level's got nothing going on. We could punch some holes in that wall, have them go out to land. That would be neat. And then also we're going to have elevators at some point, somewhere, at some distant point in the future, some promised point in the distant future. But do you think that's the same trade, or do you think it's just him still here after all this time? We did not use nearly as much dirt as I thought we were going to, nor did we use as much filler cobblestone, although we did use a little. We're not finished yet. If you think that that's it, and we're done, we're heading out. I don't think moss carpet goes in here, and you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, definitely acacia saplings don't. Do we have an acacia chest? I don't think we have an acacia chest. Oh, wow, weird. There you go. Acacia saplings, acacia log. I've been putting all of the moss over here in the separate plants chest. Tab? I think we have what we need almost to make... Is it not 4 sticks and leather? Am I wrong? Have I not made like 100 of these things? How do you do it? Oh, it's like a full thing of sticks. Okay, no, I should have known that. Grab ourselves another item frame, and we'll finish this up real quick. I'm surprised we didn't have acacia, but then again, I guess all we did was we brought back just enough saplings to plant those trees, and then we had no more acacia wood. We now have 6 of these, and we need 8 to make the conduit, which someone explained to me a long time ago, and regrettably, I have to inform all of you that I don't remember the details. Sorry to say. I'll hold on to those. I did move some of the trial keys and everything into the ominous chest, where I did find the ominous banners. I think they were just in here, in the assorted items chest, if I remember right. Running back and forth to empty my chests is a bit of a tedious procedure. You know, if I just kind of kept track of what was in my inventory and did enough passes to sort of verify, you know, this wouldn't be as big an issue, but I don't do that. Got another trident, that's exciting. I do think we have also the enchantment for the trident. I think I ended up finding it when I was, a while back. I think we might have even talked about it at the time. I stood at, well, not here in this exact spot, but I went through and dumped a bunch of levels into making books. This would have been like a week ago now. Whatever makes it more powerful underwater. I'm pretty sure. Was it Riptide or is... Hold on. No, okay, that one hurdles you forward in the direction you're facing, but only when you're wet. I guess that would probably work underwater as well. I would have to assume it doesn't just work in the rain. So we might want to put that on there. I don't know why we wouldn't. Maybe I'm crazy. I thought I found Impaling. I thought I found it, and I thought I had it on a book, and it was ready to go, and I must just be misremembering. Maybe I'm just thinking of the fact that I did find that other one. I'd like to have Impaling, because Impaling... Oh, yeah, I've got Impaling 4, but I want Impaling 5 is the problem. And the benefit to having Impaling is that you can kill things underwater more quickly. Maybe if we just throw this on there... No, I guess that was asking for too much, for it to just somehow magically have Impaling on it. I'm going to leave this one over here, though. No, I'm not. Well, no, let me correct that. It makes it more efficient at destroying undersea creatures, not necessarily more efficient underwater. Killing the drowned, for instance, is still going to be better done with our sword, specifically for killing the undead. Did you stop? You son of a gun. Right when you actually started doing useful stuff, too. Oh, we've got iron now. Isn't it beautiful? Who knows? Maybe by the time we get those other librarians moved over here and into the library proper, and we get them fully leveled up, maybe they will have what we need, what we're looking for. Maybe that one of them will have Impaling 5. That would be nice. Eventually there's going to be no more lava in the Nether, and that's going to be great. Thank you. Oh my gosh. This is a nightmare realm of just a constant sea of and then every so often the gurgling of a drowned in the background. We got to do something about these guys, by the way. These are the huts where you get transformed, is what these huts are. We need to build the library proper. I've been thinking about having the library not be a library, but sort of an underground... sort of secret society style place. So somewhere in the mountain here, buried in one of these caverns, there's just 40 different guys selling you all the books you could ever want on dark magic. Sounds cool. Oh, we can no longer see the setting sun from our bed. I didn't think about that at the time. Still a cool place to sleep though, eh, bird? I think so. Alright, well, we've wasted a lot of time not doing what we actually need to be doing, which is flying across the way and getting more cherry trees. So I'm going to get everything we need here. I'm going to bring the brush just in case. Maybe we find some suspicious-looking sand. And then also, we're going to need... Oh, hold on. Did I get fireworks? I think the fireworks are up here. Did I get them? I got them. And we'll need to grab... Before we take off, we need to get the shears, because I think I'm going to want to shear some things, which they should be inside of here. And in fact, while we're in the area, we might ought to consider... One moment, please. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Go ahead and shearing these guys while I'm thinking about it. There we go. We'll leave the wool behind. I don't need it, but there you have it. We got 29 of these left, although, like I said, I did kill a number of creepers. I think the best bet, if we don't want to waste a bunch of fuel, is to go straight up and then just point ourselves slightly downward, actually up a little higher, till we're just about touching the clouds. Maybe even up into the cloud, if we want to. Okay, that's high enough. And now, wow. Look at the world around us. Isn't it beautiful? Now we're definitely going to make it. And in fact, we might make it even further. Is that another tower there? See, the temptation is to go down there and explore it. Did I bring my spyglass? I forgot my spyglass. I think that's another tower, interestingly enough, that we could go explore if we wanted to. Yeah, we definitely went too high. What is that? Is that just like a mountain, or is that some kind of building? We can kind of afford, because we've got so much momentum now, to fly past the village a little bit and have a wee look at the land around us. No, look at what is happening beneath me. Oh, actual chunks are generating. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, there's tons of portals around here that we could go explore. Like actual portals that probably need some investigation work done. Who knows what lovely treasures await us there. Alright, we're actually going to land at this little clump of trees right here, rather than at the village, because I want to leave them alone. I don't want to disturb their cherries. They have a nice little thing going on. Oh look, there's also sunflowers here. That's cool. So first things first, if I just punch this, what happens? You collect it, so we don't really need the shears. I wonder if this is one of those situations where if I had the, not loot, but I wonder if we had fortune on an axe and we collected these, if we would get more of them. Or really with any tool. Because I have fortune on this pickaxe, but it's not like shovel is apparently that, no, never mind. That's when you're looking at grass. I don't know if breaking these with fortune matters. I think you could probably pretty safely just punch them, be fine. All right, that's enough. I think we got plenty. And then I did also want to break some of these leaves and just have the leaves themselves. There we go, get a stack of them going. Wow, that exploded. Getting a ton of saplings out of these. Here's the thing, right? I don't want to completely destroy the natural environment and the natural beauty of the world around us. So we're going to replant some of this abundance of saplings we've gotten. Sapling there. Sapling there. There we are. All right. That's about how much we took. And then in terms of decoration, we now have 16 saplings we can plant for ourselves. A little over a stack of cherry leaves. A little over a stack of the pink petals. I don't know what happened there. My brain kind of short-circuited a little bit. Let's glide down here and see what the world has to offer in the form of this here portal. And I'm trying my best not to use any more rockets than necessary to get around here. Boop. There we are. Pretty standard portal ruin we got ourselves here. I'm not seeing a chest, but there's got to be one. There it is. What have you got for me? I'll take that apple. That is an enchanted golden apple, which I don't think we've gotten one of those yet. That's pretty exciting. Oh, and look at that. We could turn it into a thing banner pattern, but I feel like we don't want to do that. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like we're probably not going to get many other enchanted golden. You know what? With that in mind, we're never going to use it. That's the problem with the enchanted. We're never going to go into a combat encounter and go, all right, well, time to eat the enchant. Because it's so rare. You're never going to make that call. So we're not going... We probably will turn it into some sort of Mojang... Was that the Mojang? It looked like the Mojang logo. Yeah. We'll go make the Mojang logo banner pattern. Why not? Well, there we go. Should have brought some buckets with me. Make getting this gold a lot easier. I think we'll leave the gold, though. We're not hurting for it. If we open up our map... We have another new village over here, which is nice. And another one over here. A bunch of villages over here. Every time I leave my home, the temptation is to just wander, right? The temptation is to just run around and see what the world has to offer. And I know that I shouldn't, because I have other things I need to be attending to. I have matters at home of great import. We've got to finish the episode. We've actually got to do the goals of the episode. I can't spend all my time running around here generating new chunks. We probably need to head back. Still, though, the idea that we could just, glide over here and have a look at this village. We need to give these villages names. I keep saying that. We need to get around to it. Hello, everyone. Lovely little town. We'll come by and investigate it later. Is that that's a pale oak forest right there? That's an interesting find. I like that it's up on top of a mountain. That is interesting. It's just crowning this mountain, and that is a massive cherry forest over there. Holy smokes. That one is way bigger than any of the ones we've come across before. Oh yeah, the sky gets grim when you're here. Oh, I heard you. I heard you, buddy. There's quite a few of them here. There's two of them right there. There's a third one back over there. This place is way more active than the other forest we've visited. I can hear them all down there, too. I think we've got another village right up here to the north. Which is, it's getting a little absurd how many villages we found. I remember when Minecraft villages used to be super rare. We've got another discarded nether portal down here. Oh yeah, look, there's the village. There it is. It's just there. You sneaky little devil. You think you can get me up here? There's a reason I'm on top of the trees, man. Now that looks like the place to go and explore. Those mountains look so darn cool. That little village nestled there looks so darn cool. See, I wish I brought my spyglass, because what's going on right there? Is it just lava? Some kind of block of light. That's a cool-looking village, though. I love those. Those look like something straight out of The Grinch That Stole Christmas. You know what I mean? All right, let's go home. Or we could try to land right in the top floor of this place, right? And take all of their goods without ever actually fighting any of them. That could be funny. We might need to give it a second for the frame rate to stabilize. I like that after I landed, every horrible possible thing in the world started to spawn on the surface. Okay, let's just see what they got here. If we need to beat a hasty retreat, we can. Bottle o' enchanting, nice. Is that it? That's the war chest on the surface. is a bottle of enchanting. Well, I'm sure there's some captured allays around here. Actually, I don't even see captured. There's a golem, an iron golem. All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna get out of here. This was not worth the effort. Oh, this could be though. This could be again. Just you know, we should be heading home. That was a bad landing. This is an awful portal as well. Man, I don't even really. No, you know what? We're gonna collect this and go. Dude, I'd appreciate it if you didn't, man, honestly, because I'm just, like, quite frankly not in the mood. I don't have the patience for it. See, we have used a lot of gunpowder tonight, so part of me thinks maybe we ought to go ahead and, what I like to do is weaken them first with this, and then come in with the sword with looting. This way you get your first 2 hits in from a safe distance, and then you're pretty much guaranteed to finish them off with that last hit, and get your looting bonus. Alright, now, but our inventory is now full. Let's actually head home. Let's stop delaying. No matter what we see that tickles our fancy, our island is in sight. Let's just get there. There we go. That's the last one. That'll leave us with 10. And I'm pretty sure we can make it home. With this angle, at this height, with this speed, should be easy. So much world to explore, though. God, I'm so excited for the rest of this year. There's so much more to do. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. I can't wait to explore all of these underwater monuments and everything. I'm to clear them out, get some sponge. We've got so much more left to do, and I couldn't be more excited about it. And we are definitely going to overshoot the island. And at this speed, we're taking an awful risk. Whoop. There we go. Inventory is absolutely stuffed right now. It is full of stuff. Well, I have no reason to hold on to this. No! Foolish me! For some reason, I thought I was going to drink it. It's like I haven't used bottles of enchanting multiple times already. Guess what? We don't have a chest for cherrywood objects. Now, we do. Right there. Get some bones. We'll make some bone mill. We're going to go plant some trees. Plop one down here. Do not do that. I don't even know what that was. Don't know what that maneuver was. Don't know what I was thinking. Come on. You can do it. Maybe this is a bad place to plant a cherry sapling. What about right here? There we go. If I break that, and then hold on. Oh my gosh. So that was a different trader. Well, what the heck happened? Do these guys still drop the leads? They don't. So hold on, wait, can I keep his llamas? Because he's clearly not here anymore. I probably can't do anything with them, probably no reason to keep them. Strange situation that ended up being. How about right here? There we go. And then 2 more right along in here, if not 3 more maybe. And then let's see if we can hopefully, with the remaining bone mill. Okay, well I really wish you hadn't grown in that exact direction. But sure. As for adding more, maybe like along the edges of the hill in the future, sure, yeah, we could. But also, we've got all these peonies. You might remember we put the peonies down here at one point. And we said this is where peonies go for no reason. That was back in January. Well, what if the peonies went up here now? What is going on here? Stop this. I know that we're technically a little early for spring. But particularly for our friends in the Northern Hemispheres, isn't it time to bring a little color and a little warmth to the world? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes whether you agree or not. And then what I was thinking of for the leaves is that they would make nice little bushes, right? Something along those lines. Maybe not quite that exactly, because it looks a little too uniform. I kind of like how it looks like right here with just the peonies. I've had an idea. I've had something I want to try here. I've not done this before. I've seen other people do this before in their builds. What if we did this? Look at that. That kind of looks cool. It looks almost like a flower box. I don't like that it doesn't have it on this side. So, I'm not sure. Now I'm torn. Maybe we'll figure out how to do bushes later. And for now, we just take this abundance of pink petals that we've got. Oh! Oh, interesting. They're like a multi-block sort of thing. So if we wanted like a very light effect, we could do this. So something I just learned that I'm incredibly jealous of, because I wanted to make more of these pink petals, and I was like, do I have to go collect them? In Bedrock, apparently, if you have these, you just right-click them, and it makes more. Okay, it does it in Java too. All right, awesome. Does that work with peonies, though? Bones are a thing that we can just use as many of as we want, and we are not going to run out anytime soon, if ever. You have a peony, right? Let's just take one in isolation. You plop it down here. Oh! Oh, I never knew you could do this! So you can just make more of them. I had no idea! This is an epic discovery! So now we have enough to go across the front here, like this. And almost die. Gosh darn it, can I not get back in from over here? Darn it! Ugh! Get out! Shoot! Get out! Get out! Shoot! Wait, hold on, does that work with these? It doesn't seem to work with these. That's a bummer. But maybe when they're not open, they'll spawn more. I think the peonies look really good with the cherry leaves and everything, just like sprinkled about out here. They look like they belong. Woo! I want to get inside the boat and see what it looks like from a little bit of a distance. Obviously, the best way to observe all of this would be from the sky, but for now, oh, look at it all. Isn't she beautiful? Look at my little island. It's beautiful. It's perfect. Makes the vines on the front really look like they just don't belong anymore. We will tuck away the rest of our cherry stuff for now. Well, we've had fun. And now we're done, folks. That brings us to the end of February. The month is completed and behind us. Time to move into March. Spring is in the air, at least for me. I hope it's coming for all of you folks. I say that. I love the winter. I love the snow. I'd prefer if it never ended. But I know for folks living more north in the northern hemisphere, it's a bit of a miserable time. So hopefully things will be better for you in the future. If you want to send some cold my way, please do. Till tomorrow, thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.